from yesterday, which is IEX, Indian Energy Exchange. The stock sold off 30% yesterday on the back of market coupling, which now is a reality. But today, it is making a comeback. It's up about 10-11% or so. We have the management joining us now. This is a CNBC-TV18 exclusive. Rohit Bajaj is Joint Managing Director at IEX. Mr. Bajaj, great to have you with us here. Thank you for doing this. Lots of questions I'm sure that you understand investors and markets overall have. And we'll talk about your operational performance and your sort of road ahead for FY26. But you'd understand I'd want to start with the market coupling story, sir. Straight up, if you can tell us, will you approach the courts to try and get a stay in terms of implementation here?
Hi, morning. So bit early days to comment on that, but let me quickly try to rephrase what is there in the order. So CERC issued order for implementing of market coupling for day-ahead market on 23rd July, day before yesterday. And it talks about initiating the process of market coupling for day-ahead market. There are a few more elements in this order where they said that due to shorter time frame available for bid submission in real-time market, and also because of other operational complexities, coupling of real-time market will be considered at a later stage. Then they also talked about doing simulation study for evaluating viability of coupling for term ahead market. And then they mentioned that we should also initiate stakeholder consultation to see whether RTM and SCED coupling is needed. Further in the order, the CERC directed its staff to initiate consultation with Grid India and all its exchanges on operational and procedural aspects of day-ahead coupling.
Yes. Mr. Bajaj, the order is well understood. Well, obviously you understand it better than most, but it's kind of understood. So my question is, what from here, sir? It obviously is a big blow to your business model. So will you try to go to the courts to get a stay?
So yes, there is going to be some impact on our business for sure. But if we see the whole thing, in the recent time, we have seen day-ahead market is not everything for us. There was a time when day-ahead market contribution in our total volume was 80-85%. But today, this number has come down to less than 35%. Other segments are also doing very well. Today, real-time market in Q1 has emerged as the biggest segment of within electricity for us. The contribution is more than 35%. So there will definitely be some blow, some impact on our volumes.
Can you quantify that, Mr. Bajaj? I think margins are about 4 paisa.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, if you compare this to, say, international exchanges, etc., it's one of the highest. What can that number drop down to? I mean, I think in other parts of the world, that number on exchanges is the equivalent of 1 paisa. I mean, could we see that kind of an impact?
So some global exchanges, our numbers are high because their volumes are very, very high. They are trading almost 8 times or 10 times volume than what we are trading. Their margins are less. But there are some other exchanges like Australia, Singapore, and some other smaller exchanges where the margins are similar. So we are not charging margins which are very, very high. But as I mentioned, since this coupling is going for day-ahead market, which is going to be, or which is today almost 1/3 of our total volume, there would be some impact for sure. But this is not going to be huge.
Mr. Bajaj, sorry, if you could allow us to come in over here. Yeah. Let's go step by step, right? The order right now impacts the day-ahead market, which, like you explained, is now under 40% of your business. Yeah. But the order is also talking about launching experiments and eventually extending this to the real-time market and also to the term-ahead market. So that impacts all the three, different products, right? So can you tell us what the impact will be now? What is already in print, unless it's held up in courts, is the day-ahead market. So for that, I think you mentioned 30, if you could just repeat the figure. Day-ahead market is 37%. Based on that, what is the impact?
Yeah, so the order says that real-time market coupling will be considered at a later stage. So they have highlighted certain issues. So for us, there is no reason to believe that it will eventually be implemented. It will be considered. Various stakeholder consultations will be done. All the complexities will be highlighted and then it will be decided. It is not decided as on yet. So what order says is The day-ahead coupling is what they have decided today. Lot of work is required to be done. They have given the timeline, which is January 26. But we believe since the technology is not clear from where the technology will come, it has to be a common technology. Then there are other operational difficulties. How settle?
Right, Mr. Bajaj, if I can just come in.
Yeah.
Two questions that I asked, if you can. One is, can you quantify the hit? You said it will be a hit, but it won't be substantial. I'm sure you looked at.
So I do not have a number to quantify that, but since, as I mentioned, since it's a 1/3 of the total segment, it is not going to be substantial. That is one.
Okay. Second is, will you go to the courts? I didn't get a clear answer.
So that's, as I said, it is little early to comment on that. We are analyzing the order, and we would be able to say anything in due course of time. Not as
okay. We'll wait for you to form a view on whether you need to take the legal recourse or not. But for that 1/3 of your business, I'm sticking to the day-ahead segment.
Yeah.
What can be the loss in market share? How quickly do you think? Do you see volumes shifting immediately? As now there'll be uniform price discovery. Just help us understand. Your shareholders want to know what they need to be prepared for, because that 1/3 is a reality now. So just explain how this will play out for you.
So on the 1/3, if that happens, then there is going to be a competition. And
so why if?
Whosoever is...
That's the clear CERC order. Unless you're going to court, there's no if there, right?
So my if is pertaining to the timeline, whether it happens in January or a little more time is needed.
Okay.
So whenever this happens, there would definitely be going to be more competition, number one. And whosoever is able to provide better services would gain in the competition. We feel that our strength is technology. We have been in the business for 17 years and have been able to maintain very good share, as well as we have huge customer base. We have more than 5,000 customers registered with us. So that is going to be our edge.
Yeah.
We have people...
What is the drop in volume, sir, that you're forecasting or that you realistically think will happen in the DAM market?
Sorry, come again.
What is the drop in volumes in the day-ahead market that you see ahead from January for you?
So we would try to maintain where we are. But yes, if the competition is going to be there, definitely there could be some drop. Very difficult to put number to it. Very difficult to quantify this at this point in time.
Got it. All right, Mr. Bajaj, couple of questions now. According to you, why the CERC went ahead despite the Grid India saying that there's not much benefit? So that's point number one, because, the street was actually not expecting it. And the second part is Grid India technology ready to handle coupling?
I can answer the second part because for the first part, regulatory order is already there. Regulator has considered all the aspects and then the final order has been released.
Right, it's come as a surprise, sir, but answer the second part. Are they ready to handle it?
So, not right for me to comment on the regulatory thing, but second part, what we understand is the simulation has been done. They have some technology available there, but they have done this on post-facto basis. So it is not done on the real-time basis. It's not that when we are running the day-ahead market, similar set of front end, back end, all those things are readily available. They did it. They have taken data from all the exchanges and subsequently they did it. So technology, something is definitely there, but not up to the mark, which can be implemented immediately.
Okay, all right. So there is some technology in place. The other question I wanted to ask is on that 4 paise. Bernstein, the brokerage firm, they are saying that it could possibly come down to 3 paise. Do you think that's possible? One. And the other two exchanges, they believe now the market share is going to be divided by a third. They are eyeing 30% each. What do you have to comment on that?
So don't want to comment on what they are projecting for themselves. So
you believe you can hold on to your ground? You have the technology, some technology advantage?
We will, since as I mentioned, technology and people is what our strength is. And see, till now we were working for deepening of the market. All our efforts that were going in, we were working closely with regulator and government and ensuring that our market size should also be similar to what global markets are doing.
Right.
And we take pride in saying that by the last 5-6 years, we have almost doubled the market. In fact, we have seen 100.
Right, Mr. Bajaj, if I can come in, just a quick point, sir. And absolutely, all that is well recognized. I had a simple question. I was talking to a few investors in your company, and what they told me is that, this came as a bit of a surprise because they were being kind of sort of the communication from the company generally over the last few months was that this is not going to happen. That this is extremely unlikely that this will happen. So in that sense, many were taken aback when this happened, and you saw the reaction in the stock. Could you just talk to us through that? I mean, was that was that a big surprise to you as well? And was there any inkling, because it was about communication from the company, which I heard from many investors I spoke to, a few actually. Go on.
So we were going, so the communication that we were doing was purely on the basis of results of the study, which was coming open in the market, a little bit of it. So whatever we could able to understand from the result, we were there to believe that not much saving is there. But regulator has taken overall view. They have mentioned certain things in the order. On the basis of that, they have taken view. And now the view is there. It doesn't matter what we believed earlier. Now, once the order is there, I think those things have gone past. So this is the reality, and now we are preparing to ensure that we should be able to maintain.
No, but sir, Mr. Bajaj, which brings me to the point that you made earlier. You said that you believe that this will not be extended to the real-time market, and I want to ask you where that belief comes in from. Because it's been applied. And some analysts we spoke to yesterday were saying the market actually believed that it will first come to the real-time market and maybe then gradually be implemented in the day ahead and the term ahead. If they've done it in the day ahead, what stops them from doing it in the term ahead? I mean, are you basing that view on some technological issue? Is it a tech challenge? What makes you think it won't happen to the RTM market when the regulator is saying they're going to run a pilot?
So let me explain you. Real-time market, the activities which are being done is exactly same as what we do in day-ahead market. But in day-ahead market, there is 4-hour window available to do that. In real-time market, it is 45 minutes which are available to do that. And this is very complex. You have to take bids and then carry forward things are required to be done. Bid window is only 15 minutes. Everything should get completed in next 30 minutes. So the level of complexities which are there is
more in the real-time market.
And
got that.
As you are saying that some of the people are saying that they were expecting it to come first for real-time, then they made it for DAM. So probably this is the reason they realized that we are not ready to implement this in real-time market as of now. And order also says that.
No, fair enough, sir. I got your point. Just want to understand. So you're basically, I mean, technologically, you think real time will be more complex. So it's a hope rather than maybe a belief that it won't be extended. Sir, have you had any communication with your, key shareholders yesterday, including Dalmia? They've been sort of in the market, partially offloading stake. Is there any communication with investors since yesterday in terms of any of them looking to perhaps pare down stake?
Yeah, just to add on to that, sir, is there a rule that they have to restrict their holding to 5%? Because Dalmia Bharat, they had a big 15% chunk that's come down to 10%. But is there a rule in place that they can't, no single entity can hold over 5%? That's the question. They can continue holding the 10%?
Single entity who is participant in the market, they cannot hold more than 5%.
Okay, all right.
Otherwise, the window is 25%.
So Dalmia can continue to hold on to that 10% without any tension. Got that.
Absolutely.
But have there been any conversations, whether with Dalmia or your other key, shareholders? I'm sure you must have gotten a lot of calls yesterday because this has raised fundamental issues on your business moat. So just tell us, I mean, we're just asking for the same conversation to be translated to the minority shareholders as well.
So generally, I am there for last 10, 11 years, and all these decisions are taken by the shareholders themselves. We are management. We are trying to deliver what is needed, the performance of the company, and no such discussions happens with us.
All right. They got lucky. They sold 5% at 200 rupees, so in the last quarter itself. Today, it's around 145. We'll see what they have to do. I'm reaching out to Dalmia Group and checking what they want to do. Very quickly, you're making that point on that 4 paise could possibly reduce or not. Do you think you'll hold on to this 4 paise or do you think you'll trim it down?
So I won't comment on that. Okay. If there is competition, there could be possible reduction. So I'm not saying that it cannot be reduced. It will take its own course.
But it won't go to 1 paise. You're saying it won't go to 1 paise.
At this point in time, I don't believe that it can go to that level. Globally also, the charges are reasonable and it is around that in the smaller exchange. And let us not compare ourselves with somebody like Europe where the volume are 10, 15 times.
Okay, Mr. Bajaj, we'll leave it there, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. And I really appreciate you answering all those questions and staying with us over the last 10, 15 minutes or so, taking those questions. We'll wait for whether you'll go the legal route to try go to the courts to try and get a stay. Appreciate you joining us, and we'll speak again. We'll take a quick commercial break here. Come back. It's the economy on the other side. Lata in conversation with Soumyakanti Ghosh of SBI, Bhavesh Jain of TransUnion Civil, as bank loans to MSMEs have surged in the first quarter. Stay tuned.